Notre Dame also won last night. He is a Pro Bowl linebacker, part of one of the better linebacker and defensive units in the entire NFL, frequent guest of the morning show, Lance Briggs, joining us. Good to have you, Lance.
It's good to be here.
Making your annual visit. Let me first ask you about this Vikings mess. I know you got a former Viking, Chester Taylor, on the team, and Bernard Berrien is a Viking. Any insight you might have into the dynamic of what it was like in Minneapolis?
Well, I've had, head coaches that we've had problems with, in college where, a lot of my teammates, we wanted their coach out of there. And it's hard to win. It's hard to be successful when you don't have a head coach that you want to play for, and you believe in the man next to you. But it all starts from the head coach, and if you don't believe in the head coach, then it's hard to be successful.
So that's not. I mean, a lot of people would say, "Oh, athletes should be motivated on their own," but it does play a role. You really believe it does?
It does. It does. When you win and when you lose, everything starts with the head coach and the quarterback. So, if one of those equations, or if two of those equations aren't working, then, how can you win?
Let's talk this weekend, Michael Vick coming to town. Mm-hmm. How much better, I remember before he had all of his legal troubles, a couple years before that, early in his career, the guy was a game changer. How much better does he look now than back then?
He looks great. The things that he's doing, he's got a lot of weapons around him. Their scheme, everything, it just emphasizes what he's able to do. And he poses a huge challenge for us, in the pocket, out of the pocket, everything that they do. So I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Team speed is big on stopping a guy like him. Are you guys fast enough?
I think we are. I think we're physical enough, You turn on the tape on Chicago Bears and you see a physical defense. You see a team that's rolling right now. And I just think it just kind of sets the stage for a big game this week.
I'm going to talk to you, get off football for a second. When I was a kid, I used to collect baseball cards, right? And when I would go to the hobby shop, and on one half was the baseball card people, mm-hmm. and on the other half were the comic book people. Mm-hmm. I looked at the comic book people a lot. None of them ever looked like you, big and athletic.
Well, when I was there, going to the comic book side, I was a lot smaller then, so you never know.
You just don't look like the typical comic book kind of guy. You don't look like the basement Xbox kind of guy.
Yeah.
But you do like comic books. Tell me how this love of comic books came to be and what you're doing with it now.
I didn't think I was either. I used to go to the sports side for the sports cards, but I kind of mingled my way over, to pick up a few comics and kind of just discover my love there, and from there I've been a fan ever since. So and on top of that, comics are very cheap. So
that's true.
So
are
whenever I ask
cheap?
Because
they were like $1 when I was younger.
Yeah, so it's never a problem for me to ask my mom, Mom, can I have a few comics?
Right.
She never.
Remember, like the high-end comics were like $1.50, and I would never buy the $1.50 comics, only the 50-cent ones. You're having a big comic giveaway, though. You're going to be donating some comics and collecting some.
Absolutely. Been on a comic book drive. It's already begun. It's going to end December 11th at Comic Vault here in Chicago. It's an opportunity for everyone to really jump on board, and I want to really connect everyone to comic books and my love, and to see some of their favorite artists and creators and stuff like that.
And you saw on LanceBriggs.com, you also have your toy drive coming up. Let's stay on the comic book thing, though. So you're familiar with a lot of superheroes, right? I'm going to throw out a teammate's name, and you tell me which superhero he reminds you of the most. Are you ready?
All right.
Anthony Adams.
The Blob. No.
You said it. It's too late. You can't take it back now.
Urlacher. More like Superman.
Superman. Forte.
The Flash.
Lovey Smith.
Professor X.
Professor X didn't talk either, did he?
Not at all. He didn't need to.
Lance Briggs, thanks so much for joining us. He's collecting comics now. I don't know if the Blob is going to be at the comic drive with him. It ends December 11th. For more info, go to lancebriggs.com or facebook.com/lancebriggs. You know what? I love that about him. He seems so cuddly and nice.
Yeah.
And I find that to be an endearing quality about him. You obviously don't. It's Lance Briggs.
I say teddy bear. More like teddy bear.
Paul is back now with a check on weather. Hi there, Paul.
Hey, I'm sure he's not watching.